Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? Yeah, man, we just gonna go live and just watch it now, man. Um, Joshua just entered the ring. Povetkin's already in the ring. So pretty much, man, just waiting for this introductions and wait for him to get in the ring. Wait for him to start throwing hands, man, after the introduction. For those of you that miss it or don't know, David Price, he quit on his stool after the fourth round was after the fourth round. Um, Something about I think a tear in his bicep. I'm not 100% sure about that, but it was something about his bicep. I thought Kuzman was winning the fight. I thought Price in the first couple rounds was, I thought he fought decent. Thought he could have been a little bit more aggressive. I thought he should have went out there and just went for broke right in the first round, because we know David Price has a tendency to tire out. Uh, Starts to tire out as the fight goes on. You know what I mean? I can tell going into that third, fourth round, he was getting a little bit winded, started to breathe a little bit heavy, started to put the high guard up and try to just absorb shots and take them and then try to counter back with right hands. Kuzman started landing some good body shots, some good overhands. I see Usyk in the crowd. See Shannon Briggs out in the crowd. A lot of fighters in attendance for this one. But yeah, man, don't know where Price gonna go from here, man. Not sure where Price is going from here. Now Michael Buffer has the mic. Get these introductions out the way and let's get this fight going, man. Always good to have Buffer. You bum, says some guy named Eddie Hearn. That's what's up. That's what's up. For those of you just joining, I'm not showing footage of the fight, just doing my reaction. Um, if you guys are looking for the fight, if you got Sky Sports, it's on Sky Sports, obviously. You can get the DAZN app. You can go to Periscope and get the fight. There's some links. I can't really provide you links because I'm doing this live on my phone, so I can't send you guys any links. If you guys got Periscope, man, you can download the Periscope app and just put in Joshua vs. Povetkin. It should pop up for you. All right, Woolbag says what he's using in the comments section. What does this dude say? You're robbing me with this. Well, motherfucker, move on. Why are you still here? Adios, Eddie Hearn. You know what I mean? I don't get it. You're frustrated, but you're sticking around. Beat it. Leo Donald, what's up? He says, did you watch Okolie? Yeah, I watched that, man. There was a lot of goddamn holding in that fight, yo. They were holding their ass off, man. There was a lot of holding and clinching. Okolie, man, it's almost like he's a heavyweight masquerading down at cruiserweight. He's 6'5". He's a tall dude, man. Long ass arms. Seems as if he can add a little bit more weight and it wouldn't even hurt him. Thought he won the fight, you know what I mean, but could have let his hands go a little bit more, in my opinion. He kind of was he kind of muffled his own work, in my opinion, by all the grabbing and holding that he was doing. And this dude is still here. This dude is still here. That's what's up, man. You can stay around and watch me, man. It's all good. What is Povetkin going to do, man? Is he going to be able to try to land that Floyd Patterson-like left hook? Will he work his way on the inside? Will he try to attack the body? All the questions will be answered, man. Will Anthony Joshua catch him with one of those vicious uppercuts? Will he try to implement what Vladimir Klitschko was doing? Maybe some of what Marius Wack, when he had his success against, when he had some success in the Povetkin fight. Huck has some success against Povetkin. All those questions will be answered. Will Joshua take advantage of this 25-pound weight advantage, or how will he take advantage of it? Will he just opt to stay on the outside and keep Povetkin at the end of that jab and that right hand? Will he be able to slip these shots, slip and counter? It's not just about slipping, man. He's going to have to slip and counter. You know what I'm saying? Slip and counter. Not just slipping. You're going to have to make Anthony Joshua pay after you make him miss. We'll see. Paul Edlin says, "Hey, Mr. Box today from New Zealand. Massive fan of your vids. I appreciate that, man." Hey, Paul Edlin, if you haven't, man, if you, I did a this series I'm doing called Heavyweight Chop Up. I did a interview yesterday with Callie Meehan. I uploaded that. Check that out. We talked about this fight, and I did another video that I uploaded yesterday with 16-0 Gregory Corbin, um, heavyweight prospect. So check those interviews out. All right, here we go.
Plus here at Wembley Stadium, live in London. Brian Kenny, Sugar Ray Leonard, Sergio Mora here ringside.
31 people in the building, man. Let's hit that thumbs up button. Give me one of them Larry Holmes, Greg Page, Ali, Lennox Lewis, Vitaly Klitschko jabs to that thumbs up. All right, here we go, man. Povetkin's keeping his distance. He's trying to move his head. Joshua's using the jab. Joshua's kind of dropping levels a little bit. He's not fighting really tall. He's kind of dropping down. He's kind of dropping down using his jab. He's not up in the air. He's moving his hands. Povetkin's moving forward, being aggressive. Tried to land a hook. Hit the gloves of AJ. AJ's throwing the jab, right? He's not landing it, but he's just trying to keep Povetkin at bay, keep him at the end of his reach. He just missed a hook. AJ missed a hook. Povetkin right hand to the body. AJ's jabbing to the body now. He just threw a hook and miss. Povetkin just missed a overhand right. He tried to come in, jab to the body, come with the overhand over top. He missed. Good duck by AJ. Good defense. Oh, good little check hook by Joshua. Povetkin made his way in. Little check left hook. AJ's using that jab, and he's not landing them really, but he's throwing them to keep Povetkin off balance and keep him from charging in. AJ's jabbing to the stomach as well. I think AJ's trying to set something up top. Povetkin's not rushing in. He's kind of probing and moving his head side to side with his jab. He's trying to do little quick movements and work his way in. But AJ's backing up with his hands up, and he's dropping levels a little bit. Oh, good hook by Joshua. Povetkin kind of stumbled a little bit. AJ with a right uppercut, left hook combination. Povetkin still moving his head. He really hasn't found out how to get in yet. AJ's using that jab. He's using his jab, and then he's dropping levels as well. Povetkin's moving his head, trying to give some head movement. In my opinion, some of the problems that AJ did have with guys like Parker and Takam was their movement. He won the fights, but I'm saying some of their success against him was their movement. And AJ in that fight is doing what he's kind of doing in this fight. He was jabbing to the body. AJ just missed the lead left hook, just missed the jab. But even though he's missing some of these, he's keeping Povetkin at bay. Ooh, just got inside. AJ landed a right hand. Povetkin came back with a left hook. AJ still jabbing to the body. Povetkin may end up in no man's land where he just stuck on the outside, and a crashing right hand's going to come over and nail him. He's going to have to not just ooh. Povetkin just hit him with a left hook. AJ got stumbled. They got close. AJ was trying to land, I think it was an uppercut. Then Povetkin came over with a nice hook. Let me look at the replay, man. Did he stumble? Was it the left hook, or did their feet get caught? The announcer's saying that he stumbled. I look like he stumbled, but sometimes it's going so fast. Let me see if they show instant replay. Yeah, that was legit. It was a three-punch combination. It was a jab through the middle, a left hook, and another left hook. I had Joshua winning that round, man, but it seemed like Povetkin had the moment of the round with those couple punches. I might give that to Povetkin, man. Just he had, I mean, because what was going on was pretty much of nothing. They're going back and forth. I may give that first round to Povetkin just based on that, man. They wasn't really doing anything. Josh was come out a little bit more aggressive. Yeah, Josh is way more aggressive. Now he threw the. He's dropping. That's one thing I'm noticing about Joshua is he's dropping levels. 'Cause he's 6'6". Povetkin's about 6'2". And when you look at them, their heads about the same level. Is Joshua's nose bleeding? Yo, Joshua's nose is busted open. He's using his jab still. Povetkin landed a good right hand. Yo, yo. Joshua's still pumping out the jab. Povetkin's moving. He's not getting touched. AJ gonna have to touch him, man, to stop him from being able to get on the inside. He's throwing in combination. Even though he missed, he threw a right hand, left uppercut. He missed, but he's throwing more than one punch at a time, which is a good thing for Povetkin. Joshua just missed the lead left hook. He just missed the jab. He just landed that jab. There's nothing thudding, nothing crushing, or this keeping Povetkin in his tracks. The jab and just some of the punches keeping him at bay. Another good hook by Povetkin. Okay, that jab snapped Povetkin's head back. AJ threw a right hand, kind of short with it. Povetkin went back in a straight line. Want to be careful going back in them straight lines. Want to go off to the sides. I actually see him and his trainer working on that. Good overhand right by Povetkin. It's coming over that. AJ's carrying that left hand kind of low sometimes. And Povetkin's arcing that overhand right over his glove. AJ's, good jab, lead left. It was jab, left hook by Joshua to land it. Povetkin landed another good overhand right. He dipped over to the left. You guys know I call this the okie doke when you dip over to the left and then bring the overhand right. Joshua just missed another left hook. Then he got hit with a left hook, but he kind of caught it on his glove. Joshua, he definitely can't allow himself to go backwards unless he plan on circling and using a jab, but he can't go back in straight lines. If they can just miss with a wild left hook. AJ may need to be an aggressive counter puncher, meaning when Povetkin lets off these punches and he misses with these hooks and overhands, you got to counter, make him pay right away. He's kind of letting Povetkin reset. Good jab by AJ. His jabs is popping Povetkin head back when he's able to land them. They tap gloves at the end. I might give that one to Joshua. But that was another tit for tat. Joshua's nose is busted though. See what you guys talking about, man. Blood boxing, retro boxing in the documentaries was good, bro. He says Common Povetkin. Wool Bag says AJ already wobbled. Lowland Prophet says wow. X Andrew says show the screen every now and then for a few. Nah, bro, I ain't about to get copyrights, man. Not going down that road, yo. Man, I wish I had that thing to get rid of this troll, man, but I can't because I'm on my damn cell phone. The dude is still here watching me, man. It's crazy. Speed the Gamer MLG says, where can you buy the fight? You got to download that DAZN app, or if you got Sky Sports. If not, you can stream it, or you go to Periscope. Download the Periscope app and type the fight in. That's where I watched the Golovkin and Canelo fight. A lot of fights on Periscope. Blood says Povetkin is winning. I got it 1-1, Blood, but that second round was close as well. You gave them both the first two rounds, Blood. Oh, good overhand right by Povetkin. Yo, man. Yo. AJ threw a combination, but he missed. Another overhand. AJ cannot get out of the way of these overhands. He's dropping levels, but then he's going back in straight lines. And then he got his glove up, but Povetkin's coming around his glove. Now AJ has his hand low, a la like a Larry Holmes. I'm not sure that is smart. Now he has the now he kind of got the jab hand down, kind of like Ali used to whip it from the hip. I guess we'll see. Wild left hook from Povetkin just threw two of them miss. AJ threw a quick left hook, right hand, and grab right away. Looks like they got that bloody nose under control. Like if you're gonna have your hand that low, man, you gotta whip that jab fast. To carry it that low by the hip, you gotta have a fast jab. Povetkin, nice, another nice little left hook, little sneaky left hook. Yo, once AJ try to avoid that first punch by Povetkin, it's like he's not ready for the second punch Povetkin is going to throw or the third punch. It's like he'll get out the way and then he's like stationary. It's like he's almost so big he can't react to the second and third punch. There, you know what I'm saying? AJ mouth looks like it's open a little bit. He's using his jab. Povetkin's being the aggressor in this round. He's trying to come forward. AJ got that jab hand really low. He's missing a lot of lead left hooks. He's jabbing to the body. Povetkin came over the top with the right hand. The announcer's not saying shit about Povetkin, man. AJ just threw a combination to the body. Nice jab landed up top. Little feint. Yeah, you got to do some more feints because when he just fainted right there, it made Povetkin kind of put his guard up. That was a good combination. AJ went to the body twice with the jab, came over with the right hand. Povetkin's not discouraged. He's coming forward. Povetkin's using his jab, trying to find the range. Joshua, another jab to the stomach. Good 1-2 by Joshua. I think Joshua's controlling this round. I think he controlled that round. He didn't blow him out or beat his ass that round, but I thought he controlled that round with the jab. He was jabbing to the stomach, came over the top with a few good right hands. He did miss some hooks in there. Povetkin did land some sneaky hooks. I gave AJ that round. This is a very close fight, man. We could probably argue that second round, but I gave it to Joshua. W Blake 22, what's good, bro? He says both of them cowards scared of Wilder, but I'm hoping for an upset. Yo, man, it's competitive right now, yo. This shit's competitive. 82 people in the building, man. Hit that thumbs up button. Somebody says how much is the fight? I'm not sure how much the fight is, yo. Another overhand. Ooh, good uppercut by Joshua. Povetkin came over the overhand right, then Joshua answered with the uppercut. Is Povetkin cut? Like he has a cut over the left eye. Povetkin's cut over his left eye. Let's see if that would make Joshua want to open up now. He's carrying that left hand mighty fucking low, man. He's carrying that left hand really low. He's going back in a straight line. He just threw the jab. Now Povetkin looking like he's in no man's land again. He's just standing there trying to leap in with that Floyd Patterson like left hook. Got to be careful with that. Good overhand. That overhand's kind of catching Joshua on the side of his head, man. He's kind of reacting kind of funny when it hits him. He's not wobbling all over the place, but it kind of gets he stays in the same spot for like a split second after he gets cracked with it. Good way to turn, AJ. Turn him, man. Quit going back in a straight line. Turn him. I think Josh is winning this just by using his jab and turn him. He's not really doing, he's just doing enough to win the round, in my opinion, right now. Maybe him seeing blood, like I said, make him probably want to open up. Good little right hand by Povetkin. They're clinching right now. AJ worked the left hook in there. Povetkin got to work right there. You got to work, man. You can't just say, okay, let's just hold, let the ref break it. You got to work. You're the guy with the shorter arms. You like to throw compact shots. You got to work right there. AJ still carrying that left hand really low. He's circling. He's using that jab. He's keeping them at bay. He's just doing enough to win these rounds, man. Good overhand by Povetkin, but he missed it. He just threw a hook. AJ was ready for it. AJ is ready for the left hooks because he got his right hand up. It's his left hand he's carrying really low. Maybe he think he needs it right there to get that jab off. They're just doing a lot of staring and looking. Missed by Povetkin, overhand missed. Ooh, another right hand almost. He missed it, but it was kind of close. Not much going on. That's why I'm not talking. They're not doing it. They're just literally standing in front of each other fainting. They literally fainted the last like 10 seconds of that round. I gave that to Joshua, man, just based on him using the jab. He wasn't whooping his ass, but he just used the jab. Kept Povetkin at bay. Povetkin was trying to load up with overhand rights and left hooks. He needs to just set shit up, man. Set it up and come in bobbing and weaving, or come in with his guards up, trying to at least catch and parry some shots. But this round, he was kind of trying to leap in. So first round I gave Povetkin. Second round was close, but I gave it to Joshua. Then I gave Joshua rounds 3 and 4 based on him using his jab, man, and just keeping Povetkin at bay. He's doing a good job of jabbing to the stomach. I think he doesn't want to. Think it's a good thing for him not to be too predictable, just to throw the jabs upstairs. He is carrying his left hand really low. Yeah, it was an overhand right by Povetkin that landed that round off top of Joshua's head. Joshua turned him and then he came back with his uppercut. That was a good exchange right there. We're in the fifth. They're saying it's a punch that landed that created that cut over Povetkin's left eye. I didn't get a chance to see that. Povetkin's being aggressive. He's throwing some punches, missing, but he's being aggressive. Joshua answered back with a left hook to hit the gloves of Povetkin. Joshua's hand's really low, that left hand. Povetkin working the high guard. He's trying to move his head and feint in. You can tell he's trying to duck in and dip and get to the right or left. He wants to dip to one side. Ooh, man. He just dipped to the left and missed the right hand that whizzed by Joshua. He's being the aggressor in this round. Joshua, another jab to the stomach. Povetkin's being the more aggressive guy in this round, but it's good right overhand right. Joshua just acknowledged that you got me. Kind of hit him on the back of the head, but AJ's kind of like, okay, yep. Right now in the clinch, Povetkin got to work. You got to work in those clinches, man. Work that body at the very least. I know it's probably easier said than done, being this guy weighs you about 25 pounds. And he's a bigger guy, but you got to let those hands go, man. You're under him. You should have the leverage because you're under him. You can get under, you get underneath him. Ooh, good two left hook. Why aren't they saying nothing about Povetkin's work? Good left hooks. Povetkin's winning this round. He landed two good left hooks in the right hand, and AJ's coming back with it. He's backing him up with the jab. Ooh, that was a good combination by Povetkin. It was a left hook, then left uppercut. Left hook, left uppercut. It's a good combination. And he landed overhand right after those two punches. I got Povetkin winning this so far. Got 45 seconds left in the fifth. AJ still targeting the body with a low left hand jab. AJ gonna have to. He just turned right there, but first he went in a straight back in the line. Then Povetkin came towards him again. Then he turned. He needs to turn more instead of going back in straight lines. Because that shit right there can cause you to go back in a straight line, and Povetkin's leaping with a left hook or overhand right. AJ's just using, okay, now he threw a combination to the stomach, didn't really land. Povetkin threw overhand right, didn't land. AJ's using the jab, those jabs didn't land. Good left. Povetkin's throwing his he just ended the round throwing that same combination, that left hook, left uppercut combination. I gave Povetkin that round, thought he was the aggressor. AJ was trying to use jabs, but I think Povetkin had some good work in there. The announcers didn't really say nothing, and of course the crowd isn't going to cheer for him. Thought he had to cleaner work that round, the aggressive guy. I gave him the fifth. Mr. Natty Turner one, what's good, brother? He says Povetkin should be easy pickings after 6. Oh, so you thinking that he gonna tire out? James Coleman, what's good? He says Skybox Office or IBTV Office or The Zone or Fire Stick. Yep, those are ways you can watch the fight. All right, we are in round 6. I got it 3-2 Joshua, and I had the second round very close, but I gave it to AJ. All right, so they're in the center of the ring right now. Joshua is he picked that left hand up now. Now the left hand's a little bit higher now. It's at least right here, set it down by his hip. Like, oh, now he just dropped it again. He's using his jab. He's jabbing away at Povetkin. He's missing, but he's being active. Povetkin just threw a left hook, missed. Joshua with another jab upstairs. Accident, a little head, but Povetkin's trying to come in. He hit Joshua in the face with a head, but good lead left hook by Joshua. Josh threw a right hand, just missed. Threw a left hook, then missed. Right uppercut landed. He's using his jab. He's winning this round so far. Povetkin's not doing anything but just following him around. Don't want to turn into a plotter. Okay, now Joshua's showing like a shell defense. He kind of had the Mayweather thing, Bernard Hopkins thing going on. In close, got to work. Nobody's even working. Okay, there you go. Joshua step back through the left hook. Povetkin through the left hook, overhand right combo right there. Joshua another jab to the stomach. A lot of posturing and probing. Ooh, good jab by Povetkin. Snapped Joshua's head back. Overhand right by Povetkin. I went to the body. Now another combination by Povetkin. Joshua back down to the stomach with the jab. He is jabbing the hell, or he's throwing a lot of jabs at Povetkin's midsection, which is good. Don't want to be too predictable with the jab. Now a jab upstairs. Now a jab back down to the stomach. Ooh, good right hand by Joshua. Povetkin's doing a good job. When they get close, he's angling off. That's why Joshua's getting hit with a lot of these overhand lefts and rights by Povetkin, because they get close sometimes. Then Povetkin will angle off real quick to the left or right, and Joshua's standing there. Then he gets hit. Sometimes they're missing. Sometimes they're clipping him. I got Joshua winning this round, man, based on he's just the more active guy. Povetkin's has some spots in here, but Joshua's has some spots too. They're both throwing combination, and they threw some combos in this round, missed them. But when they're really not doing much, Joshua's controlling it with the jab. Another jab to the stomach. You see, two things either going to happen, man. He's going to jab to the stomach with that low left hand, and Povetkin's going to come over the top. Ooh. Good uppercut by Povetkin. He just went for a combo, uppercuts and hooks, but he's missing. He's just barely missing some of these fucking hooks, man. Either he's going to come over that low left hand of Joshua's with something, or Joshua's going to set him up with something up top after he jabs down to the stomach. That was another tit for tat close one, man. I just thought Joshua did a good job of controlling it with his jab. I gave that round to AJ. Povetkin has some moments in there where he was throwing some good, hard, fast combinations, but he was just off the mark a little bit, man. You don't get points for just being off the mark. AJ landed some good right hands in there, some good uppercuts. Povetkin had his moments as well. I gave that round to AJ, man. So I got it 4-2 Joshua. And again, I had the second very close. But I gave it to Joshua. Moises Fabian says, who's winning? I got AJ up 4-2, man. It could be 3-2-1. But I got it 4-2 though, AJ. All right, so they're in the center of the ring, posturing, probing. Povetkin's head movement is still there. He's still moving. He's not just straight up and down, sitting there waiting to get hit or just waiting for an opening. He's still moving his head, moving his gloves around, moving his shoulders. AJ still jabbing to the body. He's not dropping levels as much as he was in the first few rounds when he was literally their head was pretty much like this at the same heights. He's kind of fighting more upright. Is he getting a little bit tired, or is he just adjusting? Does he feel as if that didn't work for him in those first couple rounds, dropping down like that? Obviously, he's still leaning down to throw that jab to the stomach. He just jabbed upstairs, overhand right, two overhand rights by Povetkin. I'm curious to see who's going to tire down the stretch, man. Or they both keep this up. Josh using that jab. Ooh, good right hand by Joshua. Povetkin's hurt. Good hook by Joshua. Right hand by Joshua. Another right hand by Joshua. Ooh, good left hook by good right hand. Povetkin's down. Povetkin's hurt. Ooh, he almost fell through the ropes. Is it over? He can't get up. He barely made it up. Joshua gonna knock him out. Ooh, good left hook by Joshua. Jab by Joshua. Right hand by Joshua. Left hook, right hook. They stopped it. It only drops it. AJ wins. Well, that boy had to go through hell and hot water for that one, though, man. Anthony Joshua gets the knockout. But he had to go through some hell and hot water, though, man. I'm not even going to lie to you. He had to go through some hell and hot water. Got his nose busted. That could have easily, like I told you, man, I could have easily had it. I had it 4-2 AJ going into the 7th. It could have easily been 3-2-1. Povetkin came to fight, though, man. Povetkin did come to fight. He was trying to throw hard overhand lefts and rights. Some of them that he was throwing in combination. He wasn't throwing one punch at a time. He fought a good fight, man. He fought a good fight. He was throwing hard combinations. Some of them he was missing. Some of them he was landing. The crowd wasn't really reacting to him. You know what I mean? He started to work that combination in that left uppercut combo. He did some good things. AJ impressed me with his jab, and I said this in my prediction video, is I want to see AJ like a lot of the big men of the past, or just guys who were big men for their era, who the big guys. Sometimes you got to just be able to win rounds with your jab. Sometimes you can't just knock everybody out. Ask Lennox Lewis, ask Larry Holmes, ask Vitaly Klitschko, Vladimir Klitschko, Sonny. Oh, we can't ask Sonny, but Sonny Liston back in his day would use a jab. Sometimes you got to be able to use your jab, man. You can't just have an 82-inch reach for nothing. You know what I mean? That's what off subject a little bit, but that's what frustrates me about Brian Jennings sometimes. The dude has an 84-inch reach, and he fights like a brawler sometimes, and it just makes no sense to me. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to be able. I heard George Foreman say you can take a break in a fight sometimes, not literally, but you can take a break by using your jab. And AJ used his jab. I liked that he was using his jab. He was jabbing to the stomach, and he started to come upstairs later on, as he did in this 7th round. Jab to the stomach, right hand over the top. I said that jab to the stomach was setting up something to go over the top, and it was a straight right hand, and that what caused it. All this shit that's afterwards is just he's landing hooks and uppercut. The right hand put him down. Povetkin was trying to get up. He was trying to use the ropes. It looked like his corner man grabbed his glove. That's why his fucking trainer. That's why he slipped when he was trying to get up. Initially, his trainer grabbed his fucking glove. He almost fell through the fucking ropes. He got up, showed some heart. AJ being patient. Now he's just head hunting upstairs. Right hand kind of hit him back of the head. Then left hook and then the overhand right. He hit the canvas. Ref jumped in. His trainer jumped on the apron. He was hurt. That wasn't no shady shit. He got hurt. That initial right hand hurt him. Ooh, ooh, yikes! That fucking left hook, right hand that dropped him that first time. AJ man to be such a big guy, he kind of has like that Riddick Bowe effect where he's a big dude, long reach, but when he gets up close, he can let his hands go pretty fluidly, and he has a lot of pop in his punches. To me, AJ isn't really this one punch monster. Now, can he probably knock a motherfucker out with one punch? Yeah, but to me he's more effective when he's punching in combination. Like Wilder's the more like the one punch guy to me. I think Josh was more the if that motherfucker can put some threes and fours together, 3-4 punch combination, he knocks anybody out, man. Especially if you can't get out the way of him. Ooh, like Povetkin, yikes. Yeah, Povetkin ain't been knocked out before. He got knocked out tonight. He got knocked out tonight. But I'm not sure what Povetkin's going to do. Dude's close to 40 years old, man. Had a good career. He started off fighting guys like Larry Donald and Chris Bird early in his career. So gold medal. Povetkin's a good fighter, man. But first time for everything. He ain't never been knocked out. He got knocked out tonight. A for real knockout too. So now it just comes down to what's next. We got Wilder and Fury going to take place December 1st. I believe the tour is going to start October 1st. Their tour is going to start. They're going to hit up London. They're going to hit up the NYC, New York City. Then they're going to head to LA, Los Angeles. Hopefully, man, Joshua fights the winner of that fight. I want to see Undisputed, man. We haven't had an Undisputed champion since 1999. My first year of college. You know what I mean? It's been, come on, man. Let's get an Undisputed champion. I understand the Klitschko era, we couldn't get one because it was kind of like the two-headed monster, 1A, 1B. Only thing I didn't like about their era is you never knew who the best fighter was in their era because they were brothers. Every era of the heavyweights, you knew who the best guy was because the guys eventually fought each other. Whereas the Klitschko era, it was like they were 1A, 1B, and they were never going to fight. But it was a dominant era. I understand that they were brothers. That probably would never happen again for two blood brothers to simultaneously rule a division like that, or the heavyweight division. Sorry. Um, TKO, yeah, because the ref stopped it, but Povetkin hit the ground again. 25 pounds less Povetkin was. I think AJ had a 7-inch advantage in reach. He's 11 years the junior of Povetkin. A guy like this should win these type of fights, man. Um, showing respect to each other. Yeah, AJ had to earn that one tonight. Um, but yeah, he did a good job of using his jab, man. But like I said, I want to see Undisputed, yo. But if that fight doesn't happen for whatever reason, I've heard Eddie Hearn talk about Dillian White possibly fighting in December. I know Chisora really wants to fight Dillian White. I've heard Eddie Hearn on IFL TV interview say, why would he put Dillian from his perspective? I'm not saying Dillian White's perspective, but the interview I heard, Eddie Hearn from his perspective was like, why would we fight Chisora, a tough fight in December, and then try to fight Dillian or Anthony Joshua first quarter of next year? Well, that's because the type of shit Dillian White loves to do. A lot of guys wouldn't just volunteer for a war, because I think if Chisora fights White again is gonna be a war. But anyways, if Joshua doesn't fight the winner out of Wilder versus Fury, they're talking about White. I've heard Eddie Hearn say that it's going to be Dillian White, and he said Dillian White will still fight in December if he gets Joshua first quarter, but it would be a takeover. And he even brought up the and this Eddie Hearn, y'all. He actually brought up the possibility. I'm looking at the replay because Povetkin's trainer was jumping in to stop this, but yeah, he even said if they're the ones to fight Joshua, he wants a takeover fight possibly in America. And I'm listening to the interview like, why the fuck do you want this dude to come here again in a tick over? You did this last time, and you had him fighting Lincoln, Nebraska on the undercard of Crawford versus Ndongo, their undisputed fight. Shouts out to them for getting undisputed accomplished, Terrence Crawford. But and he literally, y'all, I'm not trying to hate, I'm not exaggerating. He literally fought in front of like 50 people. Go and find the Dillian White versus Malcolm Tan fight and look at the crowd. Emptied in a motherfucker. It was like 50 people there. He was the first fight on the card. Him and Brian Jennings fought. Brian Jennings fought Daniel Martz. I believe he fought Daniel Martz on that card. I was so pissed because I wanted White to fight Jennings. Why have both of those guys on that card and they're not fighting each other? But to me, it's like if White is going to have a tick over, the smart thing would do is let White fight in front of his people, man. Have him fight like at a smaller venue, like I don't know, York Hall or some shit like that. Why the fuck would you have him come over here and fight in front of 30 people? Even if it is a tick over, he's not popular like that over here, man. And I don't know, man. This let Eddie Hearn do what the fuck he wants to do. If he wants to do to come over here and fight in a tick over in December, why even waste his time? Why even come to America to waste your time? If you're gonna come over here, fight somebody of note. Eddie Hearn should have him fight somebody of note, not come over here to fight some fucking obscure journeyman. That's crazy. Malcolm Tan wasn't relevant. Shit, the early 2000s. I remember Malcolm Showstopper Tan from the early 2000s. He used to fight on the Fox Sports cards here in the states, man. He was a prospect once upon a time. I remember the Areola fight, but this shit was just ridiculous, man. And this is what Eddie Hearn says. So I know some of y'all can be like, man, you just said no. Eddie Hearn did say that. Possible that he can fight. It's a possibility that he can fight over here in December in a takeover, which is fucking stupid. All right, AJ saying that he knew Povetkin was weak to the body. I'm not sure where he got that from the fights that I've watched. But regardless of that, whether you thought he was weak to the body or not, I thought it was smart of you to just jab to the body, to occupy him with body work. And like I was saying earlier, set up something. And I knew he had to been setting up something because some of those jabs, he wasn't even throwing them to land. He was just flicking it out there, flicking it out there, flicking it out there, almost to make Povetkin forget about upstairs. And boom, a fucking right hand came, hit Povetkin. He was hurt. Let me see. Nah, AJ, don't ask them. Who do you want to fight April 13th, bro? Like, don't ask us. AJ's too philosophical sometimes for my liking, man. No polls, man. He said gonna put a poll onto the audience. See now, like this is where people call me. Look, guys. I'm not hating, man. We don't need a fucking poll. The winner out of the winner out of Wilder and Fury is who you should fight next, bro. A poll. We don't need a fucking poll, man. Look, what bothered me right now about congrats to AJ. I've been giving us props this whole live stream. Um, and for those of you that really rock with me, you know that I like Anthony Joshua, man. It's just his some of his fans just you can't say anything negative about him or have any type of criticism. But brother, come on, man. Poll. Who do you guys want to see me fight next? No. It should be look right into the camera. Hey, I want the winner of the Wilder Fury. I'll be in LA. Shit, AJ, you came to Vegas a few months ago. I seen you in Vegas at the Mayweather gym. You've been in the US, the States quite a few times.
Yeah, a few years ago, maybe I wouldn't have won that fight, but that's credit to my coaching staff.
But all this, who do y'all want me to fight? Or hey, we'll just have a poll. Nah, fuck a poll, man. The winner of the Wilder Fury, undisputed. You should be just saying that, not this philosophical. Well, if I do this and if I do that, well, who do you want to see? Well, should I do a poll? No, motherfucker, undisputed. Congrats, you did your thing tonight, man. But undisputed, bro. We don't need no polls, man. Okay, no, have a poll. No, I'm sorry. Have a poll. A, Fury. B, Wilder. That's the poll.
But good luck to both of them. I wish them well. And may the champion bring himself to the UK and let's have a good laugh now.
Okay, he said, good luck to Fury and Wilder. Good luck to both of them, and may the champion bring himself over to the UK for a dust up. Oh, okay, that was good. Okay, cool.
He's somewhere amongst the crowd, but he's a serious fighter. That's all I want to fight is
He's,
serious challenges.
he's talking about Dillian White,
Respect for each other, mutual respect, fight as a fighter. But when it comes down to competition, we're both beasts, we're both lions in the jungle.
giving Dillian White his props.
So if Dylan wants to fight here, he's more than welcome as well. Yeah, 100%. But then again, the tougher the challenge, the harder the performance, the more you learn. So
I like AJ though, man. AJ is good for the sport, show. I can't front. He is good for the sport, in my opinion. Um,
we're at a different level now. And I've got
he
full
looks the part of a champion. Now, I know some people saying he's not fighting everybody you would like to see him fight. I totally understand that. Should be said about a lot of fighters, but he looks the part. Olympic gold medal. He's knocking motherfuckers out. He's taking on some tough challenges. Regardless if you think he's not fighting everybody, he is taking on tough challenges. Sometimes, for my liking, he's a little bit too philosophical with his answers. When it's just to me, it's like, hey man, yes or no. You know what I mean? Like all this other shit you're talking about, I get it, but dude, just yes or no, up or down, left or right.
I prayed and I prayed and I prayed for sunshine. Tonight was rainy, but we've had a brilliant summer. We've enjoyed it.
But
Let's have a great
it
Christmas.
was a cool little fight though, man. Congrats to Anthony Joshua, man. But don't please, bro, don't start telling us to do any polls, man. Mm-mm. We're getting too close to putting this puzzle together for undisputed, bro. We don't need no polls. I don't want a million fans being biased and just wanting you to fight somebody that doesn't make any sense, or like everybody just wants the Dillian White rematch. Not to say that that wouldn't be a good, entertaining fight, but I don't want no bias, man. Just do what makes sense. Undisputed makes the most sense.
Sub 50-degree temperatures, cold rain, and yet you still put 80,000
All right, let me try to run through some of these comments, man. I see a few people trolling. It's all good.
to finish with a knockout. How do you feel about
Let me see here. St. Cruising, what's good?
the fight? Sometimes it could be boring.
Ivan, okay, I'm seeing something familiar.
Find your feet, find
Some
your
familiar cats in here. Ivan Lewis, Truth Hold,
getting there in the end. Took 7 rounds. It may have took 10, it may have took 12. Ultimately,
D Uso.
when you do that, the knockout's coming.
Yeah, but what do y'all think about him? I'm gonna just scroll down. I'm gonna ask y'all this. What do y'all think about him with this poll thing? Even if you already said something about it, now that I caught it with the comments, what do you think about him saying a poll? Now he did look okay. He did say, um, "Good luck to Wilder and Fury, and may the champion make his way over here for a dust up." He did say that, but he first said, and you guys kind of heard it. Me, I was talking about it as he was saying it, a fucking poll, and then asking the crowd, "Who do you want to see me fight?" What do you guys think? What should be next? Should it be the winner out of Fury Wilder? Or who else do you think or do you think he should have a poll and we should just put 5 or 6 guys up and go from there? Just put the name in, or you guys, who do you guys think he should fight next? If you think if it's the winner of the Wilder Fury, then put Wilder Fury winner. If you think it's whoever else, Miller, White, which I want to see why you wanted those fights right now, you guys let me know, man.
He'll be back here in April. I assume you'll wait till
KD Uso says, don't agree with the poll, bro. He should fight someone who deserves it. Fury Wilder winner or White. Those are the only heavyweights who deserve a shot. Okay. Michael Kenny says undisputed. All right, so you want the Fury Wilder winner. Um, USA News, WWE News says the poll was always Fury Wilder winner. Okay. But you don't need a poll for that though. I don't get what you're saying, bro. You don't, the fucking winner is going to be the winner. You know what I mean?
the belts. I've proven myself tonight. Someone's gonna win all the belt. Someone's gonna win that belt, December 1st. So put yourself in my shoes. And they said, "You want to fight Wilder here next?" You'll probably say yes as well. All the fans across the world will say yes, and I'm saying no as well. So
Okay, thank you. He would want that fight.
over in the U.S., Wilder would say, "We offered you $50 million. We offered
Okay,
you
now they're talking
50
about this
million.
$50 million shit
We offered." He says, "I'm saying
that we
yes.
all been arguing about. Some people think, how the fuck he turned that down? Then there's some fans, it was fake, you know. So
He needs to win December, and then we need to sit down and just get the little bits out of the
he
way."
said Wilder needs to win in December,
We've been
and
negotiating
then we'll sit
after
down.
the Takedown fight last year, so it's been a long time negotiating. He said certain things to Dylan. Listen, you don't give me the money I want. I ain't got to fight anyone serious for 2 years, so on and so forth. Dylan showed it on his DMs to the zone. Thing is, there's a lot of back and forth. He said, she said. But ultimately, we're two fighters, we're two
Hmm.
champions with the same division at the same time. So at the end of the day, we have to fight each other. You know where I'm coming from? It'll be silly
You're
not
right,
to.
AJ. You guys do have to fight each other.
Dylan stepped up, Alina stepped up,
This is
Brazilian
what I like
stepped up,
hearing talk. This type of shit, that
Usman stepped up.
philosophical shit, man.
Wilder will step up.
There's a time and place to talk like that and be very articulate and you know convey your messages and
Yeah, so this is the launch of the zone, right? It is. Nice to meet you all. Very
I
glad to
mean,
meet
there's
you.
just time and place to talk like that. But when it comes to this fight game, man, I want straight answers, man. Yes, no's. You know what I mean? Just straight up answers. But right there, I like what he said. You know what I mean? But Anthony Joshua, he follows the history, man. This dude's no dummy. The dude follows the history. He knows for his to get added to his, he has to fight guys like he's fought Dillian White before. A rematch wouldn't be bad. It'd be an entertaining fight, but he knows that he needs these guys. Just like they know that they need him. You know what I'm saying? Another thing about AJ that I seen before the fight, I was watching a video on YouTube here, and Joshua, how I know he studies shit, man, is he was getting his hands wrapped. He was about to have a training session, and he had his phone out, and he was actually watching one of the Ruddock versus Mike Tyson fights. You know what I mean? Probably trying to steal some stuff that I mean. He's a fan of Mike, but probably trying to look at some of the things that Ruddock was doing well in that fight against, and in both of those fights against Mike, that he could probably implement in this fight with Povetkin. So that let me know this. AJ knows, man. D Style says the jab to the body drained Povetkin bad. And you know what else, D Style? Even when the jab wasn't landing, just the fact that he was flicking it out there to make Povetkin defend it with the elbow, or hunker down to brace it, then he got caught up top. So even when it wasn't popping him in his belly, just the fact because some of those jabs, he was really just flicking it out there just for the sake of flicking it to take Povetkin's attention away from his head. You know what I mean? Or getting caught upstairs to the head, the chin, whatever. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, he started that jab to the stomach early, early from get go. He was out there jabbing to the stomach early, and that's why I was saying I was like, look, man, he has a plan with this jabbing to the stomach shit, and he showed exactly what his plan was: to work the body, hurt it, and to take Povetkin's mind off of getting caught upstairs. Gaines PP was good. Bad Bart was good. Uh, Johnny Todd says fight Ortiz. I dare AJ. That I think that'd be a good scrap too, man. Ortiz versus AJ. That's a good scrap. But I want to see Undisputed first, man. Somebody says GGG. What about him? D Style says I was trying to do a play by play and happy seeing back off AJ. HBO and Showtime says if you have a broken, bloodied nose versus a 39-year-old, great sign what Wilder would have done. Hey, but man, 39 or not though, man, Povetkin's no bitch though, man. Like y'all talking about Povetkin like he just some obscure journeyman that they just picked out the crowd or some shit, man. Like Povetkin was a legit top five, even though he's a little bit older, man. In the heavyweight division, they age a little bit differently than like an aging welterweight or lightweight. And Povetkin came in shape. Yes, he is an older guy. I know that AJ is 11 years his junior. But the dude came in throwing good hard combinations. He would have busted probably anybody's fucking nose tonight with the way he was throwing them overhand, the motherfucking overhand rights and left hooks, man. I seen him put motherfuckers to sleep with some of those punches. Perez, Johan Duapa, motherfuckers went night night. So just to get a busted nose, even Takum, he laid Takum flat. His KO over Takum was nothing like AJ's win over Takum. That Povetkin Takum was a good fucking fight. But I get what you're saying though, man. You know, well, what with Wilder? The Wilder puts motherfuckers to sleep too. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying though is Povetkin could have bloodied a lot of motherfuckers' nose tonight. I don't think it was just an AJ thing. That's a overhand right left hook thing. HBO on Showtime says, "I'm sorry, no, he is a bitch." All right, see, like if you think Povetkin's a bitch, that's cool, man. But converse, I mean, that is, bro. I'm not. If you think he's a bitch, that means that you have it set in your mind, and you just say who's his best win. That means that it's set in your mind that you think he's overrated or he's a bitch, and that's cool, bro. I never heard of you, bro, being on my channel, HBO on Showtime. That's your name. I don't argue with people about what they think. If that's what you think, bro, more power to you. But if I'm training a fighter to fight Povetkin, I'm not telling my fighter in training, hey, he a bitch. He ain't beat nobody. Nah, I'm preparing my guy, and he's had a lot of good wins, bro. When you have a young guy starting off fighting the likes of Larry Donald and Chris Bird in his first handful of fights, that's impressive, in my opinion. It may not be impressive to you. You may think Bird was over the hill garbage. Larry Donald's over the hill. Shit, Larry Donald, he had took 2 years off before he fought Povetkin, but his fight before he took the 2 years off, he fought Nikolai Valuev, and I thought he won that fight, to tell you the truth. And Larry Donald isn't some dude, even though he was older, he wasn't some dude getting fucking knocked out every fight or nothing like that. He was a tough motherfucker, man. Larry Donald can box his ass off. Um, then Povetkin has some solid wins. You know what I mean? For this era of heavyweights and that last kind of era, like the old 2008, 2010 type of era of guys, he has some solid wins in my opinion. Huck was a good cruiserweight. The motherfucker, what Huck defended his cruiserweight title like 13 times or some shit, 12, 13 times, 14 times or something. Marius Wack was a decent win. If I gave other guys credit for beating Duapa, why wouldn't I give Povetkin credit? Although Duapa did take that fucking fight on short notice, he had a fight that next month. Had he not took that fight with Povetkin, he had a fight that next month to fight. Duapa was going to fight Carlos Takam, but that fight never came to fruition. Povetkin's solid, man, in my opinion. But if you guys think he's a bitch and he's garbage and that, it is what it is. Not here to change your mind, man. Not here to change your mind. Oh, and the Takam fight was pretty impressive too. You say Takam got iced by old washed up Chisora. Yeah, he got hit with a right hand, bro, and he went to sleep. Like, bro, like some of your, hey man, get like some people think like getting hit with hard shots. He's old, yeah. An old motherfucker can hit you in the jaw and you can go to sleep. Michael Moore got hit by an old man and went to sleep. You know what I mean? Like this motherfucker can fight, man. Like this motherfucker can fight, yo. Vladimir Klitschko was an old man, and he hit Joshua on his fucking chin, and he went down. And he had to get back up and pull that out. Deontay Wilder went life and death with a motherfucker that's about to get ready to turn 40 soon. Here, you know what I mean? So just because you old, man, and especially if you're a guy that hasn't really been in wars and you got heavy fucking hands, at heavyweight it's a little bit different. Guys can, you keep saying old, old, old. Okay, ask Ray Mercer why he couldn't take care of Larry Holmes when Holmes was an old man. Holmes was inviting him into the corner, like, no, motherfucker, I'm in the corner. Come here. And was whooping his ass. You know what I mean? I can bring up all types of different examples, man. Just because you're old doesn't necessarily mean you're going to lose a fight. And I remember Mercer he kind of he was supposed to defend because he had that WBO strap back in the day, which pretty much meant nothing at that time. Um, he let that title go. He was going to have a fight with Michael Moore. Believe it was Moore. He let that go to get an easy payday. He thought he was going into an easy payday with the old man. You know what I mean? He thought he was going to kick the old man Kane and push him over and tap his pockets. Old man put a beating on Ray Mercer. Plus, in my opinion, I always think the heavyweights they age a little bit differently. They can sit behind, especially if you're a big guy, you can sit behind a jab and rely on power shots. You don't need to move like fucking Pernell Whitaker in there at heavyweight. You know what I mean? D Obanuli says Povetkin won the first two rounds. He's still a problem in the division. Yes, I had Povetkin win in the first round. I had that second round very close. I edged it to AJ, but I said throughout this chat or this broadcast, whatever, that was an even round. Either I had it 3-2-1 AJ going into the seventh or 4-2 AJ going into the seventh. But it was a close fight. It was fought competitively, but AJ start to notice that, damn man, my jab is keeping them at bay. Somebody says round six was a draw. I see. Hey, bro, like we don't have to keep arguing, bro. I get it, man. You think the dude's a bum, man. It's all good, bro. It's all goody. Bad Bart says, thanks for the commentary. Looking forward to more cut ups. Oh, you mean the chop ups? Yeah, man. Y'all go check that. I got a new series. It's called Heavyweight Chop Up. I did two of them yesterday where I'll interview either a current heavyweight or a either a current heavyweight contender prospect, um, or I'll talk to a retired heavyweight. And yesterday I did two interviews. I talked to Gregory Corbin. He is a prospect right now. He's 16-0. Don King offered him a contract. He sent the contract to him, offered him to fight Trevor Bryan, and Gregory Corbin turned it down. He gave his reasons, which I thought were some good reasons as to turn it down, just doing business. I mean, you guys go check out the interview. Um, he gave his opinion about AJ Povetkin. He said it was going to be tough too. He said it's going to be a tough fight. And I also did an interview with a former contender from back in the day, like that early 2000s ish, Callie Meehan. Did an interview with Callie yesterday as well. So you guys go check that out, man. I've done other fight interviews, but I'm trying to it's still an interview, but it's just more of a heavyweight chop up where I get a heavyweight, we just chop it up about some heavyweight topics. You know what I mean? But I've interviewed. If you go to the playlist under chop ups, I have one with Andrew Ruiz Jr., Junior Fa, Cassius Chaney, Eric Molina. Chopped it up with quite a few guys, man. So yes, I want to get the Deontay Wilders and Parkers and the high profile guys. But at the same time, all the guys I name, they watch my channel. You know what I mean? So um there's a few guys that watch my channel that I still want to get on. Malik Scott's a guy that I would like to get on. Jarrell Miller, who actually has done a drop for me on my channel. You guys have seen it. Want to get him on still. Uh, but yeah, all those guys, man, the way we started communicating, those guys watch my channel first. You know what I mean? So I appreciate the fans watching, of course, because that's why I do it for the fans. But the actual all these heavyweights, man, that actually watch the channel, salute to y'all, man. So yeah, there we have it, man. A lot of fucking comments. Let's see here. Somebody said they want to see Andy Reese Jr. in the mix. Me too. Aggressive, come forward, likes to throw his hands. D Style Boxer says, how old was Sanders when he KO'd Vlad? Was he in his late? I'm not even sure, D. Style, I'm not even sure, man. I want to say mid 30s. I could be wrong. Do y'all remember back in the day, man, when in the like when you watch the fights from the 70s and 80s and 60s, like remember when like 30 was old? Like you go watch some fights, like some Holmes fights, like him being 31, 30. I mean, that's like old man. Like, does he have it? Does he still have it? It's like, damn, he's 30. He's 31. Now, back in some of those decades, they were fighting hundreds of fights, right? If you go back way back in the day. But even if, even some guys that fought like 60 to 50 fights, just when those guys were like 30, 31, you listen to like the commentary and you would think a fucking 50-year-old was coming in the ring, the way they would talk about some of these guys. Mala2243 says Home made Mercer look foolish. Yes, he did. He fought him. See, Mercer thought he was gonna run and shell up and get overwhelmed. Nah. Larry Holmes, and I always say it, Holmes and Ali were boxer fighters. They can box, they can move and box. But when they had to stand their ground and fight you off of them, they knew how to do it. Um, so I call them boxer fighters, if that makes sense to you. Somebody says AJ would murder or White would murder AJ. I don't know about that, man. I don't know if in that last fight he left White unconscious against the ropes like this, looking up, counting stars, man. You sure about that, bro? I think White will come in there, just come to fight, and he'll come to fight and probably get. But you can't just count Dillian White totally out, man. But I think AJ catches him again. I think he'll be more settled down in a rematch, and I think White will be so anxious and so come forward and aggressive. I think he'll run into something. Boxing Five says hate people judging heavyweights by lighter weight styles. Pound for pound is biased against heavyweights. Saying you can scale Mayweather style up to 6'6", 250 is a dumb. Is saying you can scale Wilder's power down to 140. Yeah, I don't really like that, man. Because sometimes a heavyweight, you could just use your fucking jab and win a fight. I've seen it. You know what I mean? You can literally just use the jab and win fights like that. That's why when a guy like Ali was around and he was literally moving like a fucking middleweight, that's just something special to capture. And people try to make it sound like, I know he's not as big as these guys are today, but Ali wasn't some fucking little dude, man. This dude was a legit 6'3", 225 pounds. You know what I mean? You look at Ali's legs, like solid, man. You know what I mean? But everybody's not motherfucking Muhammad Ali. You know what I mean? So you don't need to, like I said, you don't need to be in there trying to move like Mayweather and Pernell Whitaker and Lomachenko and Roy, all those types of guys, man. You can do it in different ways, man. They're bigger guys. They fight different. Mixed stroke of vision. What's good, bro? He says, good fight, bro. I came right to see what you thought. Pop looked like a beast in there. Props to AJ for staying with lowering his level and landing the sledgehammer. Yeah, you actually brought it up, man. I actually went over all that, bro, as the fight was going on. But I was saying that when the fight started off, AJ started out dropping levels where their head level was pretty much the same height. And then it seemed like as the fight went on a little bit, AJ started to straighten up a little bit, but he would drop down levels to land that jab to the stomach. But he started off, and that's what I thought got him in trouble. It's like, dude, you're the taller fighter. I get it. Sometimes you drop levels to land certain punches, but just dropping levels to fight at his height, to me, you're giving up your height. You're fighting his fight. And that's why I thought AJ was getting caught with some of them overhand rights and left hooks, trying to drop levels. And then once Povetkin would dip to the right or left, then AJ left, he was left standing in that position when Povetkin's over here, over there, and then he'll get out of position. And he was getting caught. He was getting clipped. You know what I mean? It's like, nah, man, be the taller guy. I understand sometimes you do it. I used to remember Lennox used to do it sometimes where Lennox used to do shit you're not supposed to do, but sometimes the great ones can do shit you're not supposed to do. Where Lennox sometimes when he'll be looking for openings, when he really knew he had you on the outside of this jab and he was picking you apart, Lennox would drop his hands sometimes and he'll kind of have his chin over his lead foot, kind of doing the head motion thing, and then pop you with a jab. He'll bring the jab from the hip, pop you with it, and then land right hands on you and land up lead uppercuts sometimes. Um, AJ was carrying his left hand very low in this fight, but that's good. He's showing you. I was saying it was bad during the fight because he was getting hit with some fucking overhand rights. You know what I mean? But he did a good job of using his jab from the hip, whipping it from the hip, a la Holmes, Larry Holmes, and the way Ali used to throw their jabs from the hip. Vitali would do it sometimes too. So would Vladimir, um, Greg Page. I mean, a lot of guys that had good jabs. Carla Truth Williams had a good jab that he would snap from the hip like that at times. Um, but then AJ would put up the kind of a semi high. His right hand was protecting a left hook all night. You know what I mean? But his left hand was kind of under his chin, and then he'll drop it. He kept going back and forth, kind of showing Povetkin different looks with his jab, with his hand positioning, which I thought was smart. 383 people listening right now. 52 thumbs up, man. Let's jab that thumbs up button. Let's jab that thumbs up button. Let's see here. Somebody says, "What about Tyson Ruddock one? What that bullshit stoppage that I didn't like? Didn't like that stoppage in that first fight. Definitely didn't like that. I thought if Ruddock would have put his hands together a little bit more and tried to bully Mike on the inside, trying to try to muscle him around a little bit and bully him, I think he could have it could have been a more intriguing fight for him. I still remember Ruddock almost fucking killing Michael Dokes, man. Y'all remember that fight, that Ruddock Dokes fight? He damn near killed that dude with that fucking left hook at the end. Dokes had some fast fucking hands, man. Dokes was a good heavyweight back in those early '80s. He was a good amateur as well. Um, Ruddock has some good fights. I know he took some losses, but he had like his fight with Bone Crusher Smith was an exciting fight. He got hurt. I think he went down in that fight. That was a good, exciting slugfest. You guys haven't watched Bone Crusher Smith, Razor Ruddock, go check that out. A lot of comments coming in, man. I can't keep up with all of these, but props to all you guys showing up, man. Uh, but hey, man, if you guys missed something or you want to know my opinion about what I thought about the fight, you guys can you know go back and check out the commentary throughout the fight for those of you that have stuck around throughout the duration of this video. I appreciate it. D also says, I still think the baddest boxer to ever box was the legend Jack Johnson, hands down. No one like him ever. Jack Johnson is definitely a unique, um, not just heavyweight, but just fighter, period, man. You know, a lot of these guys, they try to take on like this bad boy image now, or they try to be flamboyant. And Jack Johnson was one of the first, probably the originator, man. I know John L. Sullivan used to do a lot of drinking and all that shit, but I'm talking about a dude that would fight fucking anybody. And I know people said when Jack Johnson won his title, he didn't give black fighters a chance. Good point. But at the same time, he fought pretty much all those fucking dudes on his way up, though. You know what I mean? Fought the same fucking dudes 5, 6 times over and 5, 6 times over again. You know what I mean? But besides that, though, the way he used to dress, spending money, traveling, dating white women, shit that you were not supposed to be doing back then if you were a black man. Uh, he pretty much told the line like a motherfucker, man. Uh, Fast, fancy cars, suits, hats. He was, gold teeth in his mouth. Like Jack Johnson was a for real legend, man. One of the first bad boys, and the dude could fucking fight. When I break down Jack Johnson footage, man, some people look at him and say, "Oh, he's old in his style." But if you really look at his style, man, the way he would move and rhythm, the way he would feint and parry punches, um, make guys miss and counter. The dude could back in those days he can lead. He was good when he used to lead in fights when he was the aggressor, and he was good when he was the guy countering. You know what I mean? Jake Johnson was a legend, man. Somebody says Evander was a warrior. Yes, sir. Mala2243 says Ruddock was so flawed he used to stand with his feet together and didn't bring his hands back after he punched. He was so open to counters. Now just think what you said, bro. That's how hard that motherfucker can punch. Off balance and could still crack. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, Razor used to loop a lot of shots. He would rely on that smash punch with his left hand. He used to rely on that a lot. You know what I mean? I just think he used to get him in trouble sometimes because he relied on it so much. I thought he should have used his jab a lot more. Um, but Razor was good for the sport for his time. You know what I mean? He was a good heavyweight. When that time he fought, when him and Mike fought, a lot of people thought that was a very dangerous fight for Mike to take. And there was once upon a time where they were calling Ruddock and Tyson the two. I remember the lead up for that first fight. The promotion was pretty much saying the two hardest punchers in the division. I remember that. Now we could have argued that Big George could have been in there as well. You know what I mean? But they were promoting that as the two hardest punchers in the division. And I also remember vividly during one of the telecasts of one of Razor Ruddock's early fights, they were saying he has the best left hand in the game. They used to say that, believe it or not, back in them days. Some of you guys probably remember that. But hey, man, you guys go check out the videos I dropped the past few days, man. I'm gonna end it right now. It was a good fight. Props to Anthony Joshua getting the knockout. He had to earn it. Got his nose busted. Povetkin came to fight. He threw hard, fast combinations. He did what he can do, but he came up short. He got knocked out. It was a legit knockout. Both knockdowns were legit. Wasn't nothing nothing BS about it. Anthony Joshua got the job done. Hopefully, we see Anthony Joshua fight the winner out of Wilder versus Fury. It's time for Undisputed. I don't want no more excuses. I don't want to hear about fucking contracts. I don't want to hear about nothing. Only thing I want to hear is Joshua's fighting the winner. That's what we deserve it as fans. We haven't had Undisputed since 1999. 1999. Come on, man. Let's get it together. Till next time, man. Y'all be easy. I'm gone.